Good morning, students. As we were discussing about the concept of attention in the previous class, along with its meaning as well as the definitions which were available, we just tried an attempt to get basic information about what actually attention is and how attention is important in each and everyone's life. That would like to see now. Yes. Now let us continue the same element that how important attention is for the other person to consider. As per the previous discussion is considered, once again I would like to highlight the important elements which were actually discussed, like what all we have studied. So we have discussed about what is attention, okay, how we need to pay attention, what are the types of attention we used to have in our day-to-day life, like executive function, executive attention, focused attention, okay, sustained attention, divided attention, selective attention. Later we will discuss about those types of attention in the different views as per the examples are considered.
continue ಅಷ್ಟೇ ದಾಕ್ಕೆ
And finally, we have just discussed about the determinants of attention, that external factors as well as internal factors which influence on the concept of attention. Now let us move on to the next element, that is a very important aspect actually. That is what the duration and the degree of attention which we need to study now. So how the attention directly or indirectly influences on every one of us. The first thing that we need to notice right now is, under the concept of duration as well as the degree of attention, is a very important form which is known as span of attention. What actually it is, how important the span of attention play important role as for motivating us to focus on a particular element or a particular condition or a particular object or a subject is considered. So in that connection, let us see what actually it is. So what is span of attention then? It is the maximum amount which is needed to be explained, the maximum amount of material that can be attended in one period of attention is called span of attention. I would like to repeat the definition again. What is span of attention? Span of attention is the maximum amount of material that can be attended in one period of attention. So for a moment, for a fraction of second, for a second, we used to concentrate, or we need to be focused for a particular element or a particular subject or object. The maximum amount of material that can be attended for a one particular period of time is known as span of attention. This can be either through the help of virtual form, through the help of eyes we can see or we can observe. At the same time, we can listen to the sound, any type of sound. So for a moment, for the maximum amount of material that can one attend for a particular period of time is to be known as span of attention. So based on the duration of the attention, we used to consider it is one of the important and the fundamental type or fundamental degree of attention, we can say. That is what span of attention. Let me try to explain the same concept in detail, that how it is and how important this one is. So the span of attention usually refers to the number of objects or letters as well as the digits one can attend to in a fraction of seconds, so as to exclude eye movement, or it may be counting. So this was the statement given by Prem Prakash. So either I can focus my eyesight on a particular object for a fraction of second. So the span of attention refers to the number of objects that I am concentrating. So if I have number of objects in front of me, like earphone, books, pen, pencil, glass, mobile phone, switch, other the material. So I can only focus my attention towards those all elements for a moment, that fraction of second. How many on how many objects I can pay my attention, that matters. Or if there are number of letters, if there are number of numbers 1 to 100, so for that particular one time, for a span of time, for that fraction of second, how many on how many numbers or letters I may focus. That is what span of attention is. Span of attention refers to the number of objects or letters or digits. If you have in front of you number of digits, on digits one can attend to in a fraction of second, not second, in a fraction of second. That definitely is a form of span of attention according to Prem Prakash. The extent or the limit of the ability of a person to attend to a concentrate on something is what span of attention is. So the length of time which a reader can concentrate on what he or she is reading without thinking of anything else is called upon span of attention. We do read the newspaper usually every day. So while reading the newspaper, it is not like that we will understand everything, but we keep on reading the same content continuously so that there will be no issues. So the length of the time which a reader can concentrate, so the time I am actually taking for reading that concept, newspaper or material, information, notes, books, etc., on what I am actually reading without thinking of anything else is called a span of attention. For that moment, I am concentrating on a letter. Next moment, I am concentrating on the next letter or the word. So like that, for that particular fraction of second, what I am actually concentrating on, that particular moment is to be known as span of attention. So attention span also can be used for the same terminology. It varies as you know that as per age is considered. You cannot say that the children of infancy or the children of childhood or the people from adolescence and adulthood as well as old age will have the same type of attention. Definitely not. It depends upon the age. It depends upon the maturity. It depends upon the physiological condition. It depends upon the mental as well as the emotional condition, as well as the nature of the material that I'm going to read. So everything matters. If I'm very much focused, okay, there the span of attention is different. If I'm not motivated, but still I am reading in the same situation, there my attention of span of attention is completely different. So definitely it matters based on our age, experience, maturity, physical or physiological condition, emotional status, or mental abilities, or even the other direct or indirect elements too. So attention usually brings an object into consciousness. If we don't have attention towards anything, definitely we will not used to say that we are conscious towards what I'm doing. Whatever I used to do, or whatever we all people used to do in our day-to-day life, those elements are usually they are usually influenced by the concept of attention. I can say they definitely help everyone to bring an object to the conscious part. How many objects can be brought into consciousness at a time? The number of them is called as span of attention. So if you have number of items in front of you, so in for a fraction of second, how many objects you can remember, or you may try to announce them or pronounce them, that period of time that I am taking for noticing and identification of those elements, whatever the time I used to take, that form of time, that moment is to be known as span of attention. So it is very important and very limited period of version which is available in the form of attention. On an average, there is a identification or the data which were identified, which were the studies reveals that on an average span of attention of a child is limited to 4 to 5 objects, whereas an adult is about 6 to 7 objects or sometimes letters. So I cannot concentrate or I cannot pay attention more than 6 or 7 digits as per letter is considered, whereas children's age is considered the children of a childhood period or before that pre-childhood or it may be later childhood, they can hardly pay their attention for 4 to 5 letters. So there were different criteria which were usually identified under span of attention. Now the second degree of attention based on the duration of the availability is known as the division of attention. Even this is also important. So division of attention usually means to attend to 2 or more tasks simultaneously. So if a person is concentrating or he or she is focusing their thoughts, their ideologies or their attention towards two or more tasks simultaneously. If I'm explaining you simultaneously, if I'm operating the other elements of the laptop, that means for that particular period of time, though I am teaching, though I am speaking, at the same time I am using the other elements too. So if a person simultaneously attend two or more stimuli or tasks in their lifetime, they are to be known as, that form of attention is to be known as division of attention. Means the attention that I used to have is divided equally or according to the need of the condition systematically at the same time, that is simultaneously. So simultaneously I do divide the attention according to the need of the R. So that is what division of attention. So attention is divided into different segments and it is used for different purposes. That is what how we used to say. Psychologists say that we cannot attend to two things at a given period of time, and there is no possibility of division of attention too. But still, we used to say that division of attention is nothing but it is a way, it is a technique, it is a criteria that a person used to pay their attention towards a particular tasks simultaneously. If a person is concentrating his or her attention towards two or more elements, then it is to be known as division of attention. The reason for paying attention to more than one task at a given time can be, so why do we pay attention for a particular period of time for more than two elements? So there may be some reasons, right? Hardly I can pay attention towards one element. That can be possible for my side. But why? What are the reasons why the people try to divide their attention into different forms? Why we should have to study about division of attention? There are circumstances which comes to every one of us in the different conditions where we do divide the attention, and the same can be used simultaneously. So the reason for paying attention to more than one task at a given period of time are, one is in performing two tasks simultaneously, one of the two activities requires no attention. So hardly I can pay a small form of attention time to take the concept of attention into different elements. So why do I pay? Why do I use division of attention at the time of teaching? So my concentration is towards slides as well as explanation. During, if I need the next slide to explain, hardly I can give very less time of, well, very less attention from my side, that I can move to the next slide. So if there are possibilities like this in performing two tasks simultaneously, one of the tasks is required a very high attentions as well as competencies, whereas the other one required less attention, so that we can manage. If both are required from the same criteria, I cannot. Okay, I cannot manage both the elements. If I do get a call at the time of teaching, I cannot explain while I can while explaining, I cannot talk as well as I cannot communicate with the one from whom I got the call. I can talk, but if I start talking in the telephone, I may stop your presentation. If I'm presenting a concept, I cannot move further towards the development of other elements. Like this particular Vinayak Bhavikati is doing. Now he listening as well as he just on his video, so that is disturbing. While explaining also, I stopped his video. So I got very less attention towards doing that activity, but at the same time I was very much busy in explaining what I am actually meant for it. So in performing two tasks simultaneously, one of the two activities required more attention, whereas one activity required less attention, so that one can use their attention simultaneously for two or more tasks are considered. Attention usually rapidly shifts from one task to another. If I got any disturbances, I used to go to the participants list and I used to mute if there is a disturbance from that end. So that kind of things can be done over here in the form of division of attention, I can say. See, this is the beautiful image which will help you to get an idea about a division of attention. So actually the person is single, but the way how they are using, so time management, what is there, they need to observe, there is a pen drive in his hand. So what need to be done like that, there may be the thought process. Okay, if there is any requirement of any special techniques to operate anything, that can also be done simultaneously. So one person can perform more than two, or if a person is doing two or more tasks simultaneously, that situation itself known as division of attention, which is also important form, or what I can say, the duration and the degree of attention. So like this, one exercise I would like to give. So please, you can try to cooperate with me without disturbing the class. That the first, I would like to show you a picture. Before that, I would like to give some instruction regarding this. So now I would like to have an activity in front of you, which is the best example for division of attention. What this activity is, pay attention here. One exercise a child can do at home to improve divided attention or division of attention is to practice the Stroop tasks, which are indirectly not helping the person to move further. Using the below image that I'm going to show in the next slide, what you need to do is you should have to look at the words and say the color of each word. Okay, try to listen to my words. I am going to show you the different words. Okay, in English, they are the very simple words. What you need to do is, in that image I have inserted some words, and you should have to read those words or say the color of each word, not color of the other elements. So you have to look at the words and say the color of each word. You should not read the word. You should have to say the color of the each word. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನಾನು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಶಬ್ದಗಳ ಪಟ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಶಬ್ದ ಯಾವ ಬಣ್ಣ, ಸೇ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ವರ್ಡ್, ಆ ಕಲರ್ಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇದಾವೆ. ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಶಬ್ದ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ WORDS ಅಥವಾ THE. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ಲಿ, ಓದೋದಲ್ಲ. ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೇ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಈ ಶಬ್ದದ ಕಲರ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ. ಸೊ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಈಚ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್. ಬಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸುವಂತ ವರ್ಡ್ಗಳು ಒಂದೊಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಲರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೇ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಆ ಶಬ್ದದ ಬಣ್ಣವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಹೊರತು ಬೇರೆದೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಡು ನಾಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನ ಓದ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಲರ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಹೊರತು ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಡು ನಾಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಶೋ ಯು. ಆರ್ ಯು ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು? ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, but you should have to say the color of the word that I am going to show you. Okay, only say the color of the word but do not read the word. Say for example, if the word purple is printed in red color, what you need to do is to say it is red. Purple, if the word purple I have written in the next slide, purple letter na munde next slide nalli bardidini andre, purple if the word purple is printed in red color, don't say that purple color, but say it as red. Artha aita? If the word is purple, purple anno shabda ide, purple anta ಓದಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ಶಬ್ದ PURPLE ಅಂತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಶಬ್ದವನ್ನ ಯಾವ ಬಣ್ಣದಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಬಣ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. That is, I would like to know how attentive you are. Andre, how do we divide our attention anta? That is what the only criteria that can be done for this. Are you ready for this? The attention is to say that the colors ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. You need to say, you should have to take participation, and after that please mute yourself. Okay, shall we start? Be ready for that. Now I would like to show you the next one. So what you need to do is, once again I would like to tell you should not read the words. Shabda ಓದಬಾರದು, but only the thing you need to do is you should have to say the color of the word. ಆ ಶಬ್ದದ ಬಣ್ಣವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಹೊರತು ಆ ಶಬ್ದ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಓದಬಾರದು. ಡು ನಾಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೈ ಸೈಡ್. ಡು ನಾಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೇ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. Okay, is that okay? Yes, I got the messages that yes. Very good. I think you are ready. And now your time starts. First word.
red,
red,
Second one.
red,
blue,
green,
green,
yellow,
green,
green, black, blue, red, yellow,
black,
green,
green, red,
blue,
black,
green,
black, red,
green,
black.
yellow, red,
Very good.
black, green.
Very good. Very good.
red, black.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Black.
Black. Kindly mute yourself now. Okay. Thank you. See, though it looks a very simple task, see the way how we pay our attention towards this slide. Initially, if I have not given any instruction, if I ask you to read the words, or if I ask you to say the words, definitely used to say that first word is purple, second one is yellow, third one. If I ask you to read, what will be your attention? What will be your reaction? First word is purple, second one is yellow, third one is red, fourth one is black. Okay, next is red, green, red, yellow, orange, blue, purple, black, red, green, and orange. That is the way how we read. But why? What I made you to read is not to read the word, but to say the color of each word. Okay. So when I was asked you to say the color of the word, for as per your conscious part is consider, you what you to do, what usually we do is we used to read the word purple, yellow, red, black, red, green, like that. But what was my instruction? We should not read the word, but we should have to say the color of each word. ಆ ಶಬ್ದವನ್ನ ಓದದೆ ಆ ಶಬ್ದ ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂತ ಬಣ್ಣವನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. So that I think you people are really deserve thumbs up from my side, because most of you are participated and you have given a very good response. So if for the first time this was given, just you can have this screenshot, and definitely I will share this slide after the class. You can have this screenshot, and you can ask the same activity to your friend, or even you can conduct this test again and again, so that how you are paying your attention. See, actually you are saying the color, at the same time you are doing some other activities too. So thinking process as well simultaneously used to reply. So the first word, if I start asking, if I start reading, I used to say purple, yellow, red. But if I was asked to say color, red, blue, while saying red, blue, again green, I will take much time, as I have the conscious part of, yes, the third word is looking like, as I have the habit of reading ability, so I used to go for reading only. So instead of saying the first word color, I used to say, before saying red, I used to say that I should have to read it as purple. So first thought will come as purple, but immediately I will change red, yellow. Instead of yellow saying, I will say blue. Instead of saying red, I used to say green. Okay, like that. Yellow, green, black, blue, red, yellow, black, yellow. See, again I took much time for saying the last word, as instead of saying black, blue color, I was stuck in saying the word. So like how we are actually motivated towards some situations, but what we need to do is we should have to pay our attention as per the expectation is considered. So most of the times we do these kind of activities in our day-to-day life. So if we have such problems, what need to be done? So how should have to alter what I can say, the disturbances in the attention. So ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನೋಡೋಣ. So like the next element that we must try to see is alteration in attention or distraction. If we are distracted, so how we need to change it, how we need to modify it. So it is the changes in the forms, modes, or the quality of the attention paid to the stimulus. So kind of stimulus which distract our attention from objects to objects which are focusing. A distractor may be defined as any stimulus whose presence interferes with the process of attention. Say for example, while we are listening to something, if there is an external stimuli which is disturbing us, those things should have to be avoided. Sound of music played on the streets, say for example during Ganesh Visarjana or any festival celebration, if there are any marriage ceremonies going on, the sound which we used to, though we are in our family or in our home, we used to get the music or the sound from the external source. There we used to get the disturbances. So attention of the students usually in the class will get disturbed. So there may be some causes for that. If I am repeatedly getting disturbed, so there may be some causes. So the causes of distraction can be classified in two important sector. One as internal causes and the second one as external causes for distraction. Distraction means not paying our attention. That is what distraction. So internal causes of distraction are, one is maybe some physiological conditions like headache, stomach issues, okay, emotional disturbances, anxiety, or it may be mishappenings which were not expected due to some physiological or psychological condition. If I am suffering some issues, there may be some distraction. And even there were some external factors also which distract us. One is the noise outside of the family or the school or college, the music, improper lighting. If the proper lighting is not there also, that will disturb. Uncomfortable seat, if the seat that I am using to sit, if it is uncomfortable also, I feel very disturbed or I feel get distracted. The temperature, inadequate ventilation, improper behavior of persons dealing with us. So these are the some of the causes, identified causes for distraction. If we know the causes, then what we need to do? How we need to eliminate these distraction? Hagadre once namaga distraction karananga gottadre, how we need to come out from those distraction aspects, that is methods of eliminating distraction. So much emphasis and importance must be given to the task. We need to give importance as well as elements or our attention towards the task, not the other elements. Okay, next is we should have to create a favorable situation which helps us to concentrate more and more, not we should have to distracted by. So ನಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಹೊರತು ಬೇರೆ ಕೊಡಬಾರದು. We should have to create such favorable situation. Make lesson interesting as per our teaching and learning process is considered. So if we are a teacher, if we are working as a teacher, we should have to make our lesson very interesting. So it should be some mixture of some activity and other elements so that students feel very much interested. Next is there should be a training that our concentration should have to be done. Like when we are talking about meditation and all in yoga, so it will not come to us only after watching some videos. We should have to concentrate, we should have to practice, we should have to get training. So after a few particular days only, or after a few days of practice, we'll get the efficiency or we'll get the proficiency in the area that we are actually talking about as far concentration is considered. So even attention distracting objects should have to be removed from the neighborhood. If there are instruments in front of me on my laptop or in front of me, if I get distracted by those things, then I should have to avoid those elements. So while I wish to take an online class, I should not get distracted by some other elements. Like if I have in front of me fruits, my favorite fruits or food or any sweet, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ I will not concentrate more on elements, but I will concentrate on those elements. So if there are some problems for my attention, I should have to avoid such conditions on that. Okay, ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಿನ್ನೋ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಊಟ ತಂದು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ I will definitely get distracted towards the elements. So attention distracting objects should have to be removed from the neighborhood. ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲಿಂದ ಒಂದು ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕಿಬಿಡಬೇಕು. That is the way how we should have to get come out from the distraction. Encounter the same type of distraction every day, used to them and start ignoring it. Every day if we are getting same distraction, every day I used to get distracted by some conditions of my family surrounding or school or colleges. What you need to do is you should have to practice to come out from such distraction. Okay, that kind of thing can be done to avoid our elimination of the things. And finally, what are the uses of these elements as per your profession is considered, that I would like to discuss now. That is nursing implication. So receive necessary instruction from attending doctors. Okay, alertness for execution of professional duties, that one nurse has to take care of more than one patients. At the same time, you should have to pay attention for this particular period of time. And to overcome the obstacles of attention by removing internal as well as external distraction, you should have to understand and you should have to try to come out from it. It helps in bringing mental alertness and preparedness too. Okay, the nurse can use psychology of attention for invoking not only voluntary but also involuntary attention to the job, his or her job. Even it helps the nurse to for better organization of the perceptual field of perceptual field for maximum clarity and understanding. And even it is helpful for the nurse to concentrate by focusing conscious on one object at a time rather than two. So somehow, directly or indirectly, the knowledge of attention will help you to do the best from your side.